Generalized anxiety disorder is the second most common psychological disorder in the United States. This disorder shows many symptoms, has certain factors that put you at a greater risk, and is treatable. According to GoogleHealth.com, generalized anxiety disorder, or GAD, is characterized as a pattern of frequent worry and anxiety over different activities and events. There are many symptoms that go along with this disorder that can affect the person who has it negatively. The first and most common symptom is excess worry that is, for the most part, out of proportion with the situation. This means that a person with GAD will worry more than a person without GAD would in the same situation. Other symptoms of this disorder include sweating, heart palpitations, stomach problems, headaches, fatigue, and shortness of breath. All of these symptoms can influence how a person lives their everyday life. People with generalized anxiety disorder tend to start avoiding situations where they've had symptoms of anxiety before. The symptoms of GAD can be very uncomfortable and can interfere with your everyday life if not treated. Although anyone can develop generalized anxiety disorder, there are certain factors that put you at risk. Women are twice as likely as men to be diagnosed with GAD, and so are children who have gone through some sort of trauma or abuse. Stress is another big factor. If you have a big event coming up or are getting in trouble at work, this could cause anxiety. Genetics are also another factor. It has been shown that GAD tends to run in families. It is good to know your risk factors for this disorder. Although you can't change your sex or your genetics, you can definitely focus on reducing your stress levels. GAD is a very treatable disorder. The goal of most therapists when treating GAD is to get the patient to function well. This means that if the patient with GAD still has symptoms after treatment, they will have the coping mechanisms to be able to calm themselves down. The two most common types of treatment for this disorder are cognitive behavioral therapy and medication. Cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, helps patients change the way they think. This helps people with GAD to calm themselves down when they have excess worry. An example of this would be when you're worried and anxious, tell yourself that you are all right and there is no need to worry, instead of immediately thinking of the negatives. Medication is also a common technique that is used for patients with GAD. It can be used by itself, but it is often combined with CBT. Selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors are the most common medications used for GAD. With therapy and/or medications, GAD is a very treatable disorder. All in all, generalized anxiety disorder is a very common disorder that affects many people and interferes with their lives. You need to know the symptoms, know your risks, and remember that it is treatable.